Okay, we begin the final Amud in Perek 6, Perek Vav of Maseches Brachos, and we start from the very beginning of the Amud, Mem Daled Amud Beis, Brachos 44b. Amar Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi Mishum Rabbeinu. Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi said in the name of Rabbeinu, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, Al Habeya Va'al Mine Kufra, regarding or someone who wants to eat eggs or any kind of meat. But Chila Mevarach Shahakal, before he eats them, he has to say a Shahakal, Basof Bore Nefashos Rabos. And after, a Bore Nefashos. Aval Yarkalo, but on vegetables, not. Meaning at the end, after he eats vegetables, does not have to say a Bore Nefashos. For Rabbi Yitzchak Amar, according to Rabbi Yitzchak, he said, Afilu Yarka, even on vegetables, you'd still have to make a Bore Nefashos. Aval Mayalo, but not on water. For Rav Papa Amar, and Rav Papa says, Afilu Maya, even on water, you would have to make a Bor Nefashos afterwards. So 3 opinions: 1 on eggs and meat, yes, but nothing else; 2 even on vegetables; and 3 even on water. Marzutra, Avid Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi. So Marzutra held like Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi, the first opinion, where it's only on eggs and meat. Rav Shimi bar Ashi, and Rav Shimi bar Ashi, Avid Rav Yitzchak. He did like Rav Yitzchak, who held even on vegetables. And the way you can remember this is Chad Kitrei, Vitrei Kechad. The person with one name, Marzutra, does not mentioned with the name of his father. Kitrei, he holds like the person with 2 names, Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi, Rav Yitzchak and his father, 2 names mentioned in that one name. Vitrei Kechad, and the one with 2 names, namely Rav Shimi bar Ashi, holds like 1, Kechad, like Stam Rav Yitzchak, just like Rav Yitzchak. So that's how you can remember who held which opinion. Amar Rav Ashi. Rav Ashi said, Ana Zimna Dechi Midkarna, or Madkarana. A little bit hard to get the grammar there. I, for myself, the times that I remember, Avidna Kikulo, I do like all of them. Meaning I even say B'rei Nefashos after I drink water. Tanan, we learned in a brisa. Kol shetan bracha la'acharav, tan bracha lefanav. Whatever requires a bracha at the end requires a bracha at the beginning. V'yesh shetan bracha lefanav, ve'ein tan bracha la'acharav. And there are some things that require a bracha at the end and don't require a bracha at the beginning. So bishlam al Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi la yarka. It makes sense. This brisa follows like what Rav Yitzchak bar Avdimi said, because he excludes vegetables. Vegetables is something where you do not need to make the bracha after it. But Rav Yitzchak la fuke maya, and also like Rav Yitzchak because he excludes water. Water is something where you don't have to make a bracha after you eat it or drink it. Elul Rav Papa la fuke maya. But according to Rav Papa, who held even on water you have to make an after bracha, what does he do with this brisa? What would he say that you don't have to make a bracha at the end of it? So he would say la fuke mitzvos, to exclude mitzvos. You have to make a bracha before you do mitzvos, before you put on tefillin, before you light Shabbos candles, before you do these things, but not afterward. Question, Ulivnema Arava, and the people in Israel, the Basar de Masalke Tfilahu, Mivarchi, after they would finish wrapping up their tefillin, they would make another bracha. After they took off their tefillin, they would say bracha. So, and what was the bracha they made? Asher kichana b'mitzvah savitzivanu lishmor chukav, to guard your chukim, your mitzvos. So la fuke mai. So what is he coming to exclude? Can't be mitzvos, because there are some people who make brachos after mitzvos. La fuke rechane. It excludes fragrances. After you smell something nice, you have to make a bracha before you smell, but not after you smell. Comes the Shulchan Aruch and says exactly this: Asher lehanos meirach tov. It's forbidden to derive pleasure from pleasant smells. Ad shivarech kodem she'eriach, until you make the bracha before you smell. Aval, however, la'acharav, afterwards, eino tzarech levarach. You do not need to make a bracha. This halacha, interestingly, is in the Shulchan Aruch. It's not appear in the Rambam. Don't know why, but there it is. There's the Gemara, and there's the halacha in the Shulchan Aruch. Amar Rav Yanai, Amar Rebbe. Rav Yanai said the name of Rebbe. Kol shehu kebeitza, beitza tova mimenu. Any food that's the size of a beitza, of an egg, it's a kind of measurement they had in Talmudic times. Beitza tova mimenu. An actual egg is better than it in terms of the health. They felt that eggs were very, very healthy. Ki asa Ravin Amar. When Ravin came from Eretz Yisrael, he used to say, Tava be'asa migulgalta. a slightly roasted egg, I guess we would call it a soft boiled egg, is better meshita kaise sulta, from 6 kaite of fine, very, very fine, of soles, very nice fine flour. So a kaisa is a jar or some kind of measurement that's equal to 1 log, and a log is equal to 6 eggs. So 6 kaise equals 36 eggs. So a lightly since a lightly roasted egg is better health-wise than 36 egg measurements of very fine flour. Ki Atzer Rav Dimi Amar. When Rav Dimi came, he would say, and we spoke of Rav Dimi on yesterday's Amud. He was a person who came from Eretz Yisrael because he was kicked out by the Roman emperor, and he used to say a lot of things, a lot of halachos, teaching the Torah of Eretz Yisrael in Bavel. He say Tava be'asa migulgalta mishita, that a slightly roasted egg is better than 6 kaita of fine flour. Matvisa me'arba mibushalta. Matvisa me'arba mibushalta, that a slightly more cooked egg is better than 4 of these measurements. And kol shehu, if an egg is cooked at all, like even more so, kibetza, that's like a beta tova hemenu, that an egg is better than it. So he kind of gives a hierarchy that it's better to have eggs that are slightly less cooked, and slightly more cooked, they are slightly less healthy, but even still healthier than any other food. Levar mi bisra, except for meat. Meat, he holds, is the most healthy of all the foods. Okay, onward in the Gemara. Now we move on to the next part of the Mishnah. Rabbi Akiva says, Afilu achal shelek, even if someone ate vegetables. And from here, we need the Gemara. This was on 2 days ago, or yesterday's Amud. Rabbi Akiva Omer. Rabbi Akiva says, Afilu achal shelek, even if you ate vegetables, v'hu mizono, and that's your main meal, mivarech alav shalash brachos. You have to bench, full benching after you eat those, just those boiled vegetables. Is it really the case that boiled vegetables can be a full meal? Amar Rav Ashi, so Rav Ashi says, Bekelach shel krov shanu. This is referring to a stalk or the inside of cabbage. Tana Rabbanan, and then the rabbis taught in a brisa a whole series of things that are essentially health advice that they gave in the Mishnaic times. We don't exactly paskin like them today, and we work with our own medicine, but nevertheless, it's all Torah. So we will go through it. Tchol yafeli shinayim. The tchol is good for the teeth, but bad for the intestines. Krishin, some kind of beans, kashin l'shinayim, are bad for the teeth, but they're good for the intestines. Kol yarek chai morik. Anything that's a raw vegetable makes a person pale, gives them a pale complexion. The kol katan maktin, and anything that's small makes a person either small or remain small. Doesn't allow the person to grow into his full strength. The kol nefesh meshiv es hanefesh, and anything that had a nefesh, that was alive, restores a person's nefesh, makes him feel better. V'chol karov lenefesh meshiv es hanefesh, and whatever is close to the nefesh, that also restores the nefesh. And the Gemara is going to explain what all these things mean. Karov lemazon, cabbage is for meals, for eating. Vitardin l'refuah, but beets are for healing. Ailo lebayis shehalefes overes besocho, and woe is to a house that has certain kinds of vegetables or turnips passing through it. Amar Mar said, and now we're going to explain each part of this Mishnah, this brisa in turn. Tchol yafeli shnayim v'kashel levnei me'ayim. That tchol is good for the teeth, bad for the intestines. Ma'ita kante. So what's the remedy? What's the solution? Now asay v'nishdaye. You should chew it very well, and then you should spit it out. So it seems to me that they're saying, this is how I understand it at least, there is really no remedy. It's better not to eat this at all. You can chew it as much as you want, but after you finish, you got to spit it out. Krishin kashin l'shinayim. Krishin, certain kinds of beans, are bad for the teeth, v'yafin levnei me'ayim, but good for the intestines. Ma'ita kante. So what's the solution? What's the remedy to make it acceptable for the teeth? L'shalkinhu v'navla'inhu. You should cook it until it's so soft that you're able to swallow it, so you don't have to chew it and get it all stuck in the teeth, because it's really not good for the teeth. Kol yerek chai morik. All raw vegetables make a person very pale. Amar Rav Yitzchak says, "Besuda Rishona shel achar hakaza." This is referring to the first meal after they did bloodletting. Again, like we said, this is the Mishnah's own version of medicine, and we don't follow it. Obviously, we don't do bloodletting anymore. But nevertheless, all Torah we're learning through it. Amar Rav Yitzchak says, "Kol ha'ochel yerek kodem arba she'os." Whoever eats vegetables, and here means raw vegetables like garlic and things like this, before the 4th hour of the day. Asur lesaper himenu. It is forbidden to talk to him. My time. What's the reason? Mishum recha, because it creates a bad breath in the smell, his breath, bad breath, and because of this, it is forbidden to talk to him. Also, might have been some other health benefits or health detriments associated with talking to someone who had bad breath that the Mishnah believed, but that's a conversation for another time. Rav Yitzchak, and Rav Yitzchak says, it is forbidden for a person not just to talk to someone who ate the vegetables at that time, but for himself. You cannot eat these vegetables 4 hours before the 4th hour of the day. Amemar, Marzutra, Rav Ashi, Havayasai. These three Amoraim were sitting together. Amemar, Marzutra, and Rav Ashi. Aisir Kamaihu Yerekai, and they were brought some live raw vegetables. Kodem Arbashos, and it was before the 4th hour. Ameimar, Rav Ashi Ochel, 2 of them would start eating. Marzutra lo achal, but Marzutra did not eat. So Amrulay, they asked him, "My datech, what's the reason you're not eating these vegetables with us?" Amar Rav Yitzchak, is it because what Rav Yitzchak says, Kola ochel yerek kodem arba she'os, whoever ate these vegetables before the 4th hour of the day, asher lesaper himenu, mishum recha, it's forbidden to talk to them because of bad breath. We already ate and you're still talking to us. So why are you not eating? If you hold like Rav Yitzchak says, the halacha is that you can't talk to the person and you're talking to us. So why don't you eat with us? As long as you're talking with us, you may as well eat the vegetables with us anyway. Amar lahu, Marzutra answered back, Ana ke'idach de Rav Yitzchak spherally. I hold like the other teaching of Rav Yitzchak, which we just said. Amar Rav Yitzchak said, it's forbidden for a person to eat raw vegetables before the 4th hour of the day. Next point in the brisa, kol kata and maktin. Everything that's small makes a person not grow, or makes a person smaller, or remain small, and so on. Amar Rav Chizda says, afilu gadia bar zuza, even a gadia, a goat, a gedi, that cost a zuz. A zuz is a very big sum of money because it's a very expensive kind of meat. Even such a gedi, even such a goat, it's still not healthy to eat such a thing. And this is only taught regarding something which is not grown to a quarter of the adult size of that animal. But if it already grew a quarter of the size, this does not apply. Now, of course, as I mentioned before, these are Gemaras where we don't really paskin. There are no halachos that we take from this whole part of the Gemara. That being said, regarding veal, lots of reasons not to eat veal. But one thing is that when they take the cow, it only weighs about 450 pounds, and an adult cow weighs 2,400 pounds. That's less than 20% of the size. So if we were to take a halacha from this Gemara, it would be that veal maybe has some issues because, again, the animal is a lot smaller than the size the Gemara recommends. But that's a whole nother conversation for another time. Kol nefesh meshiv nefesh. Next point in the brisa, that anything with a nefesh, with a soul, with life, restores nefesh. Amar Rav Papa says, afilu gildane deve gile, even very, very small, like salmon fish or tuna fish, very small little sardines from little pools. Kol akarov lenefesh meshiv es nefesh. And anything close to the nefesh restores the nefesh. Amar Rav Acha bar Yaakov, Rav Acha bar Yaakov said, unka, it's the meat that's next to the throat, because the nefesh is like the nefisha, the breath of the animal, and that's where that's what the brisa means, that anything close to the nefesh, meshiv es nefesh, restores the nefesh. Amar le Rava l'shame, Rava would say to his attendant, ki maisis li umsa devisra, when you go to the butcher and buy some meat for me, taracha aisili mehecha demakrev libi baruch. Try to get the part of the meat where they make the bracha. And the bracha he's referring to is the bracha you make on shchita. So try to get me the meat which is near the place where they do the shchita, meaning the neck. And that is related to this point because that is the part of the meat that is supposed to restore, make people feel very good. Krov lamazon v'tardin l'refuah. Cabbage is for sustenance, for meals. V'tardin and turnips or beets are for healing. Krov lamazon in l'refolo. So this implies that cabbage is good for meals, but is not healthy, not good for healing. V'tanya, and we went in another brisa. Shisha devarim merapim esachola. 6 things heal a sick person. V'refuah san refuah. And the healing is a true refuah, a real healing. The Elohim, these are the 6 things. Krov, that's our subject. Krov, one is cabbage, one of the things that is very healthy. Vitardin, that's the other thing we mentioned in the brisa. Umesisin, and some kind of mesisin, dvash, honey, vikiba, the heres, the oseres hakaved. These 6 different things increase a person's health. Ella, rather, ema krov aflamazon. That a cabbage does give healing, but it also is good for meals. And next part in the Raisa, and I believe the final part, Arlo labayas shehalefes averes besocho. Woe to the house where turnips pass through it. And is that really true? V'ha'amar le Rava l'shameh. Rava would say to his attendant, Ki chazis lifta b'shuka. When you see vegetables in the marketplace, lifta here is lefes, is the turnips. Don't ask me what I want to eat my bread with, because you already know if you see turnips, you have to get them for me because I want to eat them. And the assumption is Rava would have been healthy. Why would he eat something that's knowingly not healthy? So, Amar Abaye says, Mibli basar. It means when they are cooked without meat. So, if they are cooked with meat, that's not good. But if they are cooked with meat, then they are healthy. And they're healthy after that. Rava Amar, Rava says, Mibli yayin, cooked without wine. But if they're cooked with wine, it's healthy. Itmar, it's been said. Rav Amar, Rav would say, Mibli basar, without meat. Shmuel Amar, and Shmuel said, Mibli eitzim, without wood, meaning without lots and lots of wood to make a big fire, to cook under it, to make it soft. Rav Yochanan Amar, and Rav Yochanan said, Mibli yayin, without wine. Amrle Rava, Rav Papa, Rava said to Rav Papa, Sudni anan tavrinan la bisra. That Sudni literally means you beer maker, or you brewer. Anan tavrinan la bisra. We make this the turnips soft. We break it with meat, meaning we take away its bad effect with meat. That's how we cook it. V'chamra, and also with wine. Atun delo nafish l'chuchamra. You who do not have lots of wine. How do you break it? How do you make it healthy? Amarle, he answered, Bitsivi, with lots of wood, with wood chips. Kiha devitzu, to Rav Papa, when the wife of Rav, and then let's talk about the wife of Rav Papa, Basa demavash lala, she used to cook these vegetables, these turnips. Tavrala betamnan ofe parsaisa. She used to neutralize their effects. She would make them take away their negative, unhealthy effects with 80 different logs of wood. That's how much wood she used to cook these things. Tana Rabbanan, rabbis taught, Dag katan maliach, a small salted fish, pa'amayim shehumemis. Sometimes it is so dangerous that it can kill a person. It's deadly. No, that's probably not meant literally. Nevertheless, it's very, very unhealthy. When are the days when it's very unhealthy? Bishiva, on the 7th day. Bishiva asar, on the 17th day. Uva Esther Mishiva, and on the 27th day. Amrila, and some even say Esther Mishlosha, on the 23rd day. V'lo amran ela b'matvi v'lo matvi, and it only means if it's cooked but not really cooked, so kind of still raw a little bit. Aval matvi shapir, but if it's very well cooked, leis lemba. This is not true anymore. Udulo matvi shapir, and even if it's not well cooked, lo amran el dulo shata basar shichra. It only refers to if somebody did not drink beer after it. Aval shata batre shichra, but if someone drank shechar, beer, after he ate this fish, leis lamba, then it's neutralized the negative effects and he's okay. Final part of the Mishnah in this parak, guys. This is exciting. Rabbi Tarfon Vashote. No, second to last. I apologize. Second to last part of this Mishnah. Hashote mayim utsamo. If someone drinks water to quench his thirst, mevarach shakol nibidvaro. He should say a shahakol. So lafuke mai. What does this exclude? Meaning, why do you say to drink water to quench your thirst? You wouldn't say if you drink wine to quench your thirst, then you make a bracha. Obviously, you drink water to quench your thirst. Why is the Mishnah using that lashon? So Rav Idi Baravin explains, la'afuki l'man, to exclude someone, dechakante umtza, who's choking on his food, and he only drinks the water to wash it down. Such a person does not need to make a bracha. Now that seems obvious. Nevertheless, that's the halacha we learned from this part of the Mishnah. Now, finally, the last few words in our Mishnah for this parak. Rabbi Tarfon Omer Bori Nefashos Rabos V'Chesronon. Rabbi Tarfon had a very odd opinion. He said the bracha we make on water before we drink it is a Bori Nefashos. So Omer le Rava bar Rav Chanan la Abaya. So Rava bar Rav Chanan said to Abaya, Va'amrila, and some say Rav Yosef, that he wasn't talking to Abaya, but to Rav Yosef. Hilchasamai, what's the halacha? Who do we hold like? Amrila le, and the answer that he heard, and this is very, very interesting. Puk chazeh my ama davar. Go out and see what the people are doing. So it's kind of the case in the Gemara itself where the halacha is determined by popular opinion. And the people themselves, what's the actual course that they are taking? Which bracha are they making on the water? The bracha they're making is shahakol. We hold the bracha you make is shahakol. That's one way of understanding this Gemara. That's the one we're going to go with. And Hadran Alach Ketzad Mevarchin. We are at the end of this parak. Congratulations to everybody who made it this far. Super, super accomplishment, and I could not be prouder. Okay, hope you all are doing well and have a wonderful, wonderful day.